Alright, we are back with another D&D movie time. This marks the end of our stuff for December. We got a few things we're going to be coming out with in January. Some of our Christmas presents that we got. I'm thinking of kicking off 2024 with one of Cora's Christmas gifts, a movie I bought her, The Last Unicorn. And we're also going to be continuing on with the Lord of the Rings movies. We'll be watching that trilogy through January. And maybe a few other things from Christmas too. But what are we watching today, Cora?
We are watching Willow.
Can you sit up on your butt?
Willow.
You don't have a puppet on your hand. Why are you doing that?
Because I want to.
You're a weirdo.
No, you
What do you know about Willow?
Absolutely nothing.
What do you think the movie's going to be about? Is Willow the name of a tree? Is Willow the name of a character?
A elf trying to save her home?
An elf trying to save her home.
I don't know.
Anyways, this movie does have some people that Cora might be familiar with. There's one in particular that I know she knows from when we watched The Leprechaun. And he's been in several other things I'm sure she's watched. The lead character, Willow. Like I said, I think the most common thing she'll know him from is the Leprechaun movies.
But isn't Willow a god's name?
Maybe. Maybe not.
I sure it is.
Or it's a both name. The name, it can apply to both. You know, there are only two genders. And some names are the same. But anyways, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to jump right into Willow. When we come back, Cora could tell you what this movie was about. Is that it? Can you sit up? I can't see you. If you're all squished down. So, anyways, alright, like I said, we're going to go ahead and jump into this. And when we come back, Cora will tell us what this movie's about. Alright?
Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.
It was a different time. It was a time of destiny. A time when a child could tip the balance between good and evil.
I, with my powers, with the strength of my great army, can you not find one little child?
A time for an unlikely hero named Willow.
So I'm not gonna let anything happen to the baby.
You gotta get that baby to somebody. I'm somebody. A time of scoundrels.
What goes on here?
Uh-oh.
And a time of rebels.
You are great.
You're a great warrior and a swordsman.
And you're 10 times bigger than I am, stupid. Find the child. Find the child.
It was a time when courage could be found where you least expect it. A time when unearthly powers raged and good men risked their lives. A time of great adventure. From the creator of Star Wars and the director of Cocoon, Willow.
Alright, so we just finished watching.
Willow.
And what was this movie about, Cora?
About a little dove, gnome, whatever,
Peck?
peck,
Or Elwyn?
Ellen, and his name is Willow. He goes on an adventure because he finds a baby in the river, but it's not his kind. So
It's a bikini baby.
he's going ahead, and first he has to destroy this evil witch, or else the baby will be gone, dead.
No, if
I
they
don't know.
kill the evil witch wants to kill the baby for dark powers. Never really clear. But it'll ruin the future of the land and give the dark witch ultimate power, basically.
But luckily that doesn't happen, and we have a good ending.
Well, go through the movie. What all happens? How do they do it?
I bet. Yeah.
So,
I
Willow goes on
explained
the
it.
adventure. What's the
I
first?
explained it.
Cora, they go on the adventure. Go through it.
I did.
Who's the first person they meet?
A dude trapped in a cage of some kind.
What's his name?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't catch it.
Mad Mardigan.
Too long for me.
You can say Mad.
What?
Or
What?
Martin.
I'm gonna call him Dave.
Or again. Mad Mardigan.
I'm gonna call him Dave.
No.
But he looks like a Dave guy.
The actor was Val Kilmer. So if anything, you could say Val.
What? He looks like a Dave guy.
No. Anyways, do they give the baby to this guy?
Yes, but then no.
What do you mean, yes and then no?
Well, basically the baby got kidnapped or got given away.
So they do give the baby to this guy in a cage? Why are they giving the guy in the cage a baby?
Because he basically convinces them that he wants a baby so bad, even though he never got experiments as a baby.
Do we learn anything about this guy?
He's royal.
He's a warrior, a swordsman. Or in his words, can you put your foot down?
And his words, can you put your foot down?
He's the greatest swordsman who ever lived. The greatest swordsmen always tend to get themselves captured.
Yeah,
Mad
but
Mardigan, Zorro.
it's because they cannot resist a battle, and sometimes battles are actually traps for the greatest warriors. So they can capture the greatest warriors.
What happens as soon as they give this guy the baby? And they start heading home
The baby gets kidnapped.
by
I don't know, more tiny people?
brownies.
Why did they name something from a ritual food?
Brownies are like male fairies without wings.
Yeah, but brownies is also a type of food.
Yeah, but before it was a food, it was a mythical creature.
My life makes no sense at all.
Anyways, where do the brownies take the baby?
Because some type of princess was queen
No, I said where do they take the baby?
into the forest.
To see the Queen of the Fairies. And then they also capture Willow and his friend and take them to see the Queen of the Fairies, right?
Uh-huh.
And what does the Queen of the Fairies tell Willow to do?
Let them go and we take the baby until you find the princess to take care of her. 3 easy steps to do.
Well,
Not
first she told him to take a wand to a sorceress that'll help them defeat Mad Morta.
continue.
And that's basically it. They had to defeat Mad Morta.
Bah.
Now, honestly, for a villain, you really don't see very much of her at all in this movie till right near the end. So then they go to the island where the sorceress is supposed to be, and what's the sorceress turn out to be?
Spiders?
No, a little mouse thing.
Mouse? Didn't we do?
A rodent.
What's a rodent?
Like a mouse, or a rat, or a bat. Or whatever that thing was that she was in the beginning. Remember?
Yeah.
And she's talking to Willow, and that squeaky thing with a voice.
Hey! Yum yum.
Anyways, what does she tell Willow to do? To change her back?
Multiple times throughout the movie.
But they can't quite do it yet because they end up needing to get supplies, and they run into a bar to get a little milk, and the bar is having a bar fight going on, and who does Willow stumble into?
The royal that seems to be dressing up as a girl?
He's hiding as a girl because he was doing some things with a married woman. So they had to hide from the husband. So he pretended to be the wife's cousin from out of town.
I mean, a cousin can still be a boy if you're a girl, right?
Yeah, but he wouldn't suspect another woman, is the point. This PC culture we have now did not exist in this time period. So, anyways, they get captured, right?
Uh-huh.
And Willow tries to change the sorceress rodent lady into a sorceress again, a human. But what does he accidentally turn her into?
A crow.
Yep.
And then a goat?
And the brownies, they hit Mad Mardigan with a love potion or a love dust from the fairies. And then they go to get the baby back from the bad guys. And what ends up happening when he goes in to get the baby?
He messes up completely and tells a bunch of stuff, I love you.
Tells the main villain's daughter that he's in love with her. And how do they escape?
Being captured.
How do they escape the enemies?
Snake? I don't know.
No, they get on a shield.
Oh yeah, she is.
And what do they do then? Really? They're riding the shield down the mountain down the snow. How do you not remember this? You just sat through the movie. So continue on. Come on. Well, you're making this take much longer because
I'm still thinking. There's a long movie.
Well, it wasn't that long. It was like 2 hours.
That's still long.
Do they get away?
Yes, and yes, they kill her. Yes, yes.
They don't kill anyone yet. Why you keep jumping to the end? You're like trying to go from one spot to the end. The middle, or you went from the beginning to the end. Now we're in the middle, you're trying to jump back to the end.
Yeah.
Forget about the end until we get to the end.
You did it before, why can't I do it?
I have not done that before, unless we're doing something that's brand new.
Then you have that before. Rah.
Not on an old movie that came out in the 80s.
Wow.
This movie came out when I was a little kid.
Wow.
Come on.
I'm still thinking.
After they escape, they have that girl prisoner, and they try to make their way to a castle. And there's a battle at the castle, correct?
Yes.
And what does Willow turn the sorceress into at this point?
A goat.
Okay.
Yeah, stupid, Bob.
No, he says you idiot. Or she says you idiot.
You idiot, Bob.
Anyways. But do they manage to fight off the bad guys?
Yes, and they not just die, they also lose.
Yep, because the
And I
baby
think
gets...
it was literal two-headed dragon.
Yep, there's a two-headed dragon. And the Skull General got away with, I think his name is General Kale. He got away with the baby. And so now they go to take their army of good guys to go face off against the old witch. And what does she do when they show up at the castle?
Do a bunch of crappy magic evil stuff. And also turn them on to pigs.
What?
She turns them all into pigs.
Okay, sit up.
People, witch, pig.
And what does Willow do after that?
Turn the sorcerer finally back into a human. And then she turns all the pigs back to human too.
Yep. And then devise a plan to take the castle.
Which we didn't heal. They need to have Willow too, so we can know what they planned. Because for most of the planning part, we were off to the other screen.
Yep. And then how does Willow end up saving the baby?
Doing the pig magic trick.
Yep.
I basically know how he did it. He must have get all the stuff off and leaving the baby down, and then was the decoy. He acted like it was the baby, but then it being not.
Yep. Alright, so that was Willow. Does he ever return home?
Yes, duh.
Well, that was Willow. When we come back from our break, we're going to go ahead and give our final scores and thoughts. See y'all in a minute.
Bye.
For thousands of years, the world has been protected by the Guardian of Light, or as he is more commonly known, Santa Claus. Over the centuries, factors such as fear and prejudice, greed and jealousy, misunderstandings, betrayal and war have segregated most humans from the magical world of elves, fairies, wizards, and the like. This has resulted in many misconceptions and generalizations of the true nature of Santa and his world.
This 6-book series by Sean Connaughton begins as the current of a long series of guardians is murdered by a group of monstrous enemies recently escaped from an enchanted South Pole prison. These creatures are loyal to the darkness, an evil force determined to exterminate the light in order to enslave all creatures of the world.
Shane Connor, an average young man, suddenly finds himself being trained as the new guardian. As he adapts to his new life among fantastic creatures, he goes on an adventurous quest with a legendary wizard for the ultimate weapon to use against the darkness, and faces murderous enemies like Rasputin, Morgana Le Fay, Krampus, and many more.
Along with his best friend Joe Gomez, Shane encounters politics, history, mysterious murders, new loves, his own hidden past, and racial dynamics among the fantasy races that turn out to be all too real. Their adventures reveal the true nature of the world and challenge the current state of how all races interact.
This series expertly melds myths, legends, history, faiths, folklore, and secret societies into a fascinating, cohesive, comprehensive world of wonder and magic.
From Atlantis to Olympus, from Hades to the moon, and from broomstick races to Christmas deadlines, join the new Santa Claus on his amazing journey. But beware! Will Shane's quest achieve his ultimate goal of destroying the darkness and preserving the light of the world? Or is he actually playing right into a plot by dark forces that will result in his, and our, ultimate doom?
So make your list and check it twice for the Guardian of Light book series. Download your audiobook or ebook today from Audible, Amazon, or iTunes.
All right, Cora, Willow, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this movie?
A 10 out of 10.
Wow, that's surprising.
Well, wait, what did you think I was going to give it?
I don't know, but I didn't think you'd give it a 10 out of 10. Who's your favorite character?
Willow.
Why?
Well, he seemed nice and funny.
Yeah.
And in fact, it kind of seemed like he could be done for a robot voice.
What?
Never mind my thoughts.
Did you recognize him from, like, Leprechaun?
Yes, I know. I recognized the voice, but I didn't know what was it from.
Yeah. He's also in a ton of Star Wars stuff. He was also in the Harry Potter movies. He was Professor Flitwick. He was also the Goblin in the Deathly Hallows. He's Griphook. But he had a lot of makeup. He's in a ton of stuff, so you'll probably see him again on the future movies we watch. There's also a bunch of other people from this that you'll probably see again in future movies. I'd like to at one point watch Masters of the Universe with you.
Is it a good movie?
I think it is. I loved it growing up. It was one of my favorites. Even if the premise of that movie does tend to annoy me now. But anyways, moving on back to Willow. Did you have a character you really didn't like?
Evil Witch God, whatever.
Did you have a favorite scene?
Probably the part where he changed dead horn into a goat.
Oh.
You idiot, bah!
I thought you were going to say the snow sledding scene when they were on the freaking shield.
Bah!
Because you always love and say, oh, I want to do that. Yeah, you want to snow sled down the side of a mountain. I doubt that. You had trouble going down slides 2 years ago. And you probably still do. You have trouble riding a bicycle, which only takes you an inch off the ground. Okay, more like 2 feet, but... Still, 2 feet is nothing. You're sitting
We're
about...
not scared of bicycle or slides.
Oh, we'll find out, won't we?
If I say I'm so scared of swings of being pushed.
But I doubt you'll want to sled down the side of a mountain.
Hey, at least I'm going down, not up.
Anyways, anything else you really liked about this movie?
Nope.
And also, Cora did not pass the finger test
What finger test?
at the beginning. I asked you which finger, and then you didn't even get it. You said the ring finger, which was the first finger that was picked. But what was the answer to the finger test?
Your own finger that you choose and his finger was?
Yep.
Like, if he let it 5 people go. Nope, 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 nope. If he added a bonus round. Yep.
So, alright, moving on to my score then. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give Willow an 8. I do enjoy the story. For little kids, there is some stuff I think that's gonna fly above their heads. I think Cora will get some of the humor a lot more when she grows up. Even though this is made towards kids, it's like targeted towards kids. I think a lot of it goes above, and also some of the names are like she was basically saying, I have trouble pronouncing some of these names at my age, and I can't fault Cora for not really remembering the names, because names like Mad Mardigan is probably hard for a kid to remember. They should have given the characters some easier names other than the main character, which no one ever has trouble remembering that name, Willow. If they had just stuck with names like that.
I knew David was. I knew he was a David guy.
But there are certain moments too where I feel like this needs a Star Wars treatment, where it needs the graphics and the special effects to be sort of retextured and fixed, because like sometimes you can tell when certain characters are standing in front of a green screen and stuff. It's like really bad. So I feel, and like they gave it the Star Wars special edition, like they could throw in some more animals, they could throw in some more effects, you know. Some of the effects, like the lightning, looked a little like, I've seen better lightning since then, so it's still, maybe it was practical, I don't know, but I just feel like it could be better. So since Disney has the rights to it, I'd say, hey, go out and make a special edition version where you upgrade the graphics and people will buy it. People will check it out. And yeah, so alright, with that said, this is gonna go ahead and end. This should be our last review for 2023. We reviewed a lot of movies this year, Cora. And we got a bigger year even next year. I don't know how much bigger we can get besides what we did this year. But we're going to have a big year next year.
We need to do more video game stuff.
We are going to be working on probably 2 days a week. Unless something comes up. I've rather enjoyed that. We might take some times off, but I'll try to let you guys know. And we'll try to make a D&D news episode coming up here in January. Probably towards the end of January, to let you know what to expect through the spring and before we get to summer. I have a few ideas of what I want to do, but I do know for certain that we will be watching the Lord of the Rings movies, and our very first review of 2024 is probably going to be the cult classic The Last Unicorn, which came out in 1982, the same year I was born. Cora got it on Blu-ray for Christmas. She's never seen it. It's a cartoon, so I think she's going to love that. I think she likes unicorns. So, are you excited to watch that?
Maybe, maybe not. Who knows?
But, alright, that's going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. We hope that you enjoyed this, and we hope you have a happy, safe New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And we will see you all in 2024.
Bye.
This is Sean and Cora for the last time of the year saying, have a good day, y'all.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.